We're battered! We are infected! We're battered! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are infected! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 131, coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and basically wherever you listen to your favorite shows, we are there. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the one and only TNI-UK coming in from the void, The Joker. Hey, brother, you all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm not bad. That's a pretty impressive intro for you today, brother.
Yeah. We got extra beefalo going on today, so
Lots of beefalo going on today, definitely. Now, guys, as promised, it looks like Slowpoke's in the house. Hey, Slowpoke,
Yeah,
how you doing, brother? There you go. Look, Merry Impacted UK Day. That's what I'm talking about. We got Terrence in the house as well, so we got them all rolling in now. They're all rolling in, ready to check out our. I reckon. I think they're all tuning in early to see this man. But I got to say it, I'm really, really excited, guys. He's got some serious shit going on at the moment. I just want to introduce you to the one and only fire starter, Jake Crist. Here he is. Hello, brother. You all right?
hello.
Hang on, no sound. What's going on? I can't hear you, Jake. Where's Jake? Have you turned your sound off?
Oh no.
Bring it back in, Joe.
Okay, he's just gone out the. He's gonna come back in.
Oh man, that was an amazing introduction as well.
Here we
Technical issue. Here he is.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? I couldn't hear you guys.
Oh man, I've got it. I did the best introduction ever.
I
as well,
couldn't
man.
even hear it. I was just like, why am I not hearing Bison here? I was like, what is going on?
Mate,
Oh,
you were.
no.
I think he's right. Slowpoke was saying that your fire was just too hot for the podcast at that moment.
I just had to leave real quick. Throw a
It's
little
good
water
to
on
see
it.
you. It is
Put out
so
that
good
fire a
to
little
see
bit.
you.
It's good to see you
Thank
guys.
you.
How you guys doing?
I think we're
I'm
doing
good,
pretty
thank you.
good.
How are you?
I'm good. Hanging out, waiting for the daughter to get off school. So yeah,
Of
pulling
course.
up the dad duties.
Dad duties.
The dad
You
duties.
can't beat dad duties.
I love it.
They're very, very important. So
Very.
it's great to have you on the show again, Jake. I'll tell you that. And you've been busy. You've been really, really busy since the last time that we saw you. I think you're doing a lot of gigs with Circle 6. You've got obviously loads going on with Revolver. You've been making special appearances on AEW Dark, which is pretty cool. Saving children from burning fires or burning cars, I believe.
He wasn't a child, but yes.
I thought it was a child.
No,
Tell us the story. Tell us the story so we get it all right.
Okay, October 23rd, 2021, I was coming home from a show in South Carolina. It was PWX, and it was me, my boy Bobby, which you guys see with he comes with me to the ring at Revolver all the time. My boy Bobby, shout out to Bob. So it was me, a Bob, and I cannot make this up. It was a Juggalo priest grandpa. So like he was I don't know if you guys know who the Insane Clown Posse is, but this priest that happens to be as old as a grandpa is a Juggalo. So it was me, him, and Bob. We're coming home from South Carolina, and It was late. It may have been October 24th. We come across a fiery truck that came on a head-on collision. It was wrapped around this concrete pillar. Just as soon as we hit the North Carolina border. So my buddy Dave, he was driving. I go, which was the Juggalo Grandpa. I'm like, Juggalo Grandpa, pull over. So he pulls over. I jump out, run about, I don't know, 300 or 400 yards to this truck that was on fire, and this lady was screaming, "He's in there! He's in there!" And I thought, like, what you were saying at the beginning of the show, I thought it was, a kid, because it was the truck had, it was a double, like it had like a door in the back too. It just wasn't like a normal truck. So it had like four doors, like an extended cab, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm not a
Yeah.
truck guy or a car guy, but she's standing at the back door screaming, "He's in there, he's in there." So I open up that door. Like, luckily there wasn't like a car seat or anything. So I run to the front door, and I open the driver's side door, and I just see a pair of feet sticking up at me, like staring at me in the face. And I grab him by his ankles, and I pull him out, and he hits the ground. And like at that time, my buddy Dave, he was right there. Kind of took him a little bit, because he's an older gentleman. So he took a little bit to get there. So we pull him to I don't know, a few hundred, I don't know, a few hundred feet away from everything. It was kind of what appeared would be a safe distance. And we waited for medical personnel to come, and they got him on in the truck and got off. Like, the North Carolina police and fire department and paramedic crew was amazing, because they got there in and out. And it took us about 6 months to find out. But Dave, when he went to college, his roommate became a private investigator, and he hired him. We found out that the man survived. So it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's good to know everyone was okay.
Good. Yeah, he ended up, I mean, he was really severely burnt, but like, I
Yeah,
imagine that, like, that'd probably be better than,
yeah, but
what
I
could
mean,
have.
everyone's still alive, and
Yeah,
that's the best thing you can take from it all.
the that's the best that's the best that I could hope for. We were hoping and praying. Like I said, the 6 months was kind of crazy. I didn't want to talk about it. I put a statement online the following morning. I woke up for a show. I I had, like, my phone was lit up like a Christmas tree. I've never had so many messages from people calling me, people texting me, and like, just all the social medias going crazy. Um, it's like, that's where I learned when I first got into the business, you always heard telegraph, telegram, tell a wrestler. So, like, after that happened, I called three people. I called my wife, I called Sammy, and I called my buddy Jeremiah. Well, my buddy Jeremiah happened to be wrestling for Ian Rotten that night, and he walked outside. He kind of sushed Ian during his locker room meeting, like after the show, which you don't do to Ian Rotten. He walked out, listened to what just happened. He came back in. He told the whole IWA locker room like what I just told him, and that's like Ian. Everybody called me. Like, Ian put a message online. So instead of getting hold of 100 or 200 people between messaging, calling, and getting on the social medias, I just figured, oh, let's just do a statement to cover this whole thing, and go about my day, wrestle for Ian, and do my thing. Well, like I make the statement, and 2 or 3 hours later, like people are just hanging me out to dry, talking about how how I'm just talking about it for clout and all that shit. So kind of it was it kind of sucked there, saving a person's life to going down to getting shit for it was not anything that I was expecting. And like I said, it was just more of like to like cover like the blanket the whole situation on everybody that was messaging me. It wasn't about clout, it wasn't about anything like that. And like I started talking to like Bob and stuff. He's like, I guarantee you that his family ain't thinking that you did that for clout. I was like, well, yeah, I think you're right, Bob. I cannot hear Bison.
No, can't hear you.
How about now?
Well, we
There
yes,
we go.
Yeah,
I was just about to say it'll be me going next.
I keep leaning on this damn thing, and if I keep leaning on this.
Hey, technical difficulties. It wouldn't
Back
be
again,
a
I'm
show
back
with
again.
Jake Crist without him, right?
No, true. Can I just quickly say a quick thank you to Punk there for that super sticker, Punk Trace. Very much appreciated. Thank you, buddy. So, guys, not only do we have the Golden Draw, the Fire Starter, member of OVE, a killer Ohio killer or whatever it is whatever it is, I can't remember now. But we also have a real life superhero on the show today, guys. Real life super. How about that? Now you can't beat it. That's pretty amazing in my book. Hey, Jake, I meant to show you. Look.
Oh, nice. Oh, I recognize that mask.
Yeah, look who's on the top.
Oh, I see it. Look at that.
Yeah, baby. Got a bit of Death Machine, OVE all the way. There's your pictures.
Nice.
They're all here, my friend. They're all here. I tell you, they're all here. But just in case anybody doesn't know, Jake gave me his OVE mask last summer.
Yeah, bro. Like you
one?
show up in Dayton, I was like, wow. Like I gotta meet up with you. I gotta show up with some sort of gift, right?
Well, it was beautiful, and I really appreciate it. But that's cool. I have to say that is the coolest thing that is in my man cave right now. That is the coolest thing in my man cave. I also like the personal message on the back. Don't sell this, bro. I like that. I thought that was cool. I'm like, I can't believe he doesn't trust me. Damn him. No, I wouldn't sell that. That's one of my most prized possessions. I was
just kidding.
That's one of my prized possessions, I can assure you. Hello, Cockmeister. It's great to see you, friend. Thanks for joining us. What's this? Good evening, you fine bunch of fellow testosterone-fueled important brothers. Love it. Great to have you with us, Mo. Great to have you with us. And as you've just joined us, as you probably have noticed, the amazing Firestar Jake Crist is with us today. He's sharing some fantastic stories. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was obviously you made some appearances recently. We've done AEW Dark recently. How did that come about? Because you've done twice, haven't you? You've been on AEW a couple of times. And you've done Ring of Honor as well.
Yeah, they're in Dayton, and I was lucky enough to get contacted and luckily enough to get used, and the rest you've seen pretty much. It was. I know it sounds pretty easy, and that's just all it was, but literally that's just all it was. Like out of the blue, I had a message from AEW officials inviting me to the Nutter Center, which was crazy because I work at the Nutter Center, and at like 6 months prior, I was looking at my buddy Brian, and I was just like, we're stacking beer and concessions for Dave Matthews Band. You guys you've heard of Dave Matthews Band, right?
Yeah.
So Dave Matthews Band was playing the Nutter Center, and he goes out there and he starts doing the like warming up his voice. And I look at Brian, I go, because like we walked towards the end of the top of the Nutter Center, and we're like looking down on him doing the one in the one, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'll do that all day. I need to stop myself. So he's doing that stuff, warming up his voice, and I look at Brian. I go, bro, this don't feel right to me. I feel like some people they should be stacking the beer and the chairs for the promotion that's about to put on the show that I'm about to perform for here. And boom, 6 months later, I was wrestling at AEW at the Nutter Center. It's crazy how life works.
That is mental. That is mental. It's amazing. And of course, you made appearances. I think you did the Ring of Honor tapings as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So after that, after the show at the Nutter Center, same AEW official pulled me aside, invited me to the Florida Ring of Honor tapings, and was able to do that for a couple days. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, hopefully you'll get a few more calls. You make a few more appearances for the Ring of Honor,
Yeah,
sort of
man,
recordings as well. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. You never know.
Never know. And
that's why
now
you stay in shape. I'm like Dennis Stamp over here. You guys remember Dennis Stamp, right? Off Beyond the Mat, he's got to stay in shape. He's jumping on the trampoline with his weights. Yeah, it's me right now. I'm staying in shape. You never know when the next one's going to come. So I'm just
you don't, and you've got to be spot on, haven't you? Now, the other promotion that you seem really keen on, I know we've spoken about it loads of times online. Circle 6. So you've had a lot of good things to say about them. So what is because we don't. I'll be honest with you, I have not seen much of Circle 6 over here. So tell us a bit about Circle 6.
Circle 6. Well, like they helped. I guess get me out of a little bit of a funk. The guy that was booking and running it was Ricky Shane Page. I don't know. You guys heard of RSP, right?
Yeah.
So Ricky Shane Page, he was booking. We're Ohio guys, and we've known each other for I think 16, 17 years at this point. He was some of my very first matches coming in, and he was like, "Hey Jay, I'm starting to book this group called Circle 6. It's out of LA. Would you be down to be a part of it?" And I was like, absolutely. And the actual owner, Mike, he got a hold of me, I think a day or two after that, and the rest was history. They treated me really well. Like I don't have anything really bad to say. They've given me pretty decent matches, and yeah, Circle 6 isn't too bad.
Good.
If
I
you
mean,
like
I'm glad
death
to hear it.
matches and stuff like that. Like if you're into like actual like I don't know, like some of those. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating at sometimes too, because like they have two different things going on. Some is death matches, some's not. So who knows? Who knows at this time? But
trying to be a variety wrestling show, Jake. That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
it's
something like that. Something like that. But with Ricky Shane Page being gone the last few shows, he's been very, very, very missed.
Oh, really?
As far as, on my end. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see how that one goes then. We'll see how that one goes.
I know wrestling is crazy, because like 6 months ago, it was like, yeah, it was so awesome. Now it's kind of like,
yeah, it's all right. I get you. I get where you're coming from, definitely. And of course, I know that recently Sami has started up his own wrestling school as well, hasn't he? There in is it in Dayton?
Pile driver, yeah.
Yeah, pile driver. So I know that you've I don't know whether you've actually been involved yet, but there's certainly an opportunity for you to get involved in training there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to actually start hopefully next week with him after the big show coming up in Iowa. I'd imagine me and him will talk and at the show Friday or Saturday when I get to Iowa about what days, and he wants me to start helping him out. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because this is actually some of the first time, other than those, I don't know, those little rascals and a few others that you see. I didn't really help. I haven't really put my name on or like stamp my name on them, but I'm really looking forward to actually getting down to the Pile Driver Academy and helping Sami shape and mold some young minds.
Yeah, sounds great. We've just got a little question that's come in from one of our guys. It's the Cockmeister. Well, we call him the TNI Army, Jake. Now we call him the TNI Army. He's saying, I'm not sure what part of Ohio Jake's from, but can you ask him if he's a Browns or Bengals or no preference?
Oh, Bengals all the way. Bengals all the way. Yeah, I'm from
There you
Dayton,
go.
Ohio, which is only 45 minutes from Cincinnati. So if you
Okay.
live in Dayton and you're a Cleveland fan, you pretty much was abused as a child.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, fair. So we've got quite a few of the TNI Army are stating that they want you back in Impact Wrestling. Well, let's
Yeah,
not
me
talk about
too.
that right now. I think we all
Yeah.
want Jake back in Impact Wrestling, and we all know a storyline that we want to see Jake back in Impact Wrestling. That everybody has been saying for months and months and months, Jake needs to be in this storyline. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I know the Impact is coming back to Ohio. They're going to Columbus, I believe, in about this can't be about a month. I think
Yeah, about
is
a
that
month.
right, Joe?
Yeah, about
I
a
think
month.
so.
Yeah.
I think
That's
so. I
awesome.
think they're going to Columbus. So I guess you'll never know. Now, what I want to talk to you about though is this week Pro Wrestling Revolver Mayhem for All. This weekend you're going to be facing the legendary hardcore, just a hardcore monster himself, John Moxley. And this has to be 12 years, 10, 12 years in the making, I believe, with you guys. And I think there's a lot of people that don't realize the history that you have with John Moxley. And it looks like it's all going to come to a head this weekend at Mayhem for All. What have you got to say about this show, Jake?
No, man, like you took the words right out of my mouth. 12 years or so. I don't know. It may have been longer than that. Like, I was a part of the HWA in 2003. 2003, maybe the tail end of 2003, maybe going into 2004. And I think I was there for maybe a year, 6 months to a year and a half. Like, I'm not really good with time. Before John Moxley came and started training with the HWA Academy. So yeah, I've been there since the beginning to see, some of his very first matches I remember. So yeah, it's to see everything, and like it's like blinking, and we're 21 years. I'm 21 years in this business, and in July. So I mean, it's literally been a crazy time. But as much as I knew him back then, I don't know this guy now. I don't know that. Like, this, to say that he's the same individual would be,
Yeah.
pretty insane. So like,
We'd say he's not progressive. He's the same person.
right. So I mean, like, I've said, same could be said with me. So like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking at it as I don't know, it's kind of a first time matchup all over again, because we're two different individuals. We're just two different people. We're two different wrestlers. We're both, he went his way, I went my way. So like, yeah, like, it's two different experiences. So like, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how we mesh after, I don't know, 10 or so years, 12 years. Like, I don't know when the last time. Actually, I do know the last time I wrestled Moxley was. It was it was somewhere in or around the Big Apple. and it was his last match before he went to NXT or WWE or whatever you want to call it. That was his
Unbelievable.
last match on the Indies.
Yeah.
And do you know what else is interesting about this one as well? Is that John apparently hand-picked his opponent for this pay-per-view. Is that right?
That's what Revolver has said in their graphic, I believe. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess.
Why
I'm
wouldn't
sure
he?
if that's what has been promoted and said, I'm
Well,
sure
I know
exactly what has happened.
I can remember that they said that John Moxley was going to be on the card. The first thing I saw was you saying through the 6-man tag, this 6-man match, you went and give me Moxley. That's so what the way I see
I was
it.
like, I was like,
Jake
screw
Crist
the
picked
four-way.
Moxley.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, screw the 4-way, give me Mox.
yeah. Jake Crist picked Moxley. Moxley didn't pick Jake Crist.
That's I wouldn't say that. So yeah.
No, I don't want to get thumbs down from Sami.
No, that's exactly the way it happened. Like I think there was a bunch of people. I think the whole roster of Revolver started throwing out like, "Give me Mox, give me Mox."
Yeah.
Once they were like, "Oh, he's not only is he going to do an appearance, but he's actually going to wrestle too." That's where I think everyone started throwing their hats in.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and let's face it, you are Dayton's own, Jake Crist, and at the end of the day, who better to go in with a kind of death match hardcore legend of John Moxley. Let's throw in another legend, Mr. Jake Crist, who is also a death match hardcore legend himself. And what we're gonna get, I'll tell you what we're gonna get. We're gonna get blood. We're definitely gonna get blood. There's no doubt about that. We're gonna get lots of chairs. We're gonna get tables. We're gonna get kendo sticks. I'm sure we're gonna get light fucking whatchamacallits. I don't know what
light
they're
tubes.
called, light tubes.
Oh,
Mate,
no,
we're gonna get it
come on,
all.
wait. Why are you wishing this upon me?
Not on you. I want you to deliver this shit to Mox.
Oh man, I don't want all that plunder. Give me a little.
A quick question here from the Cutmeister. Who was your favorite wrestler as a kid, and who was responsible for mentoring you into the wrestling business?
Okay, as a kid, getting started out, like I was a big, WWF fan. So Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior were the two that, got Macho Man more. But yeah, the Ultimate Warrior, I can't lie. I love the Ultimate Warrior and the Macho Man. But yeah,
the question has to be: could Jake Crist do a Macho Man impression? Like, oh yeah, can you do it?
Oh yeah, Macho Man, yeah, dig it, yeah.
There you go.
That's
what. Yeah. If I was closing my eyes, I would be like, man, that's the Macho Man right there.
Oh,
Miss Elizabeth.
I think every wrestler can do a Macho Man. Miss Elizabeth, will you marry me? But yeah, awesome. Dude. Loved Macho Man as a kid, and mentoring me. I don't know, like when I got into the HWA. Matt Stryker with the unibrow. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He helped me out a lot. He got in the ring with me a bunch of times before the shows, because I'd show up 2 or 3 hours before the show and just wait for some of the veterans to walk through, and guys like BJ Whitmer, Chad Collier, Matt Stryker, Nigel McGuinness, Cody Hawk.
Yeah.
Like all I got to a lot of hands-on experience with those guys, and got to roll around and wrestle around with them, just showing up early to shows. And I think that's kind of what you don't really see these days anymore, is a lot of wrestlers getting in the ring and just rolling around, because we would all, like, as a crew, as all the wrestlers would eventually start making their way to the arena, we would pop up on the ring apron and just wait for a tag. And whenever you wanted to tag out, you just tagged out, and just like a tag match. And it was just all the wrestlers were around the ring. And I felt like once you seen that, like the show was going to be really good.
Yeah.
And we were just rolling around. It was awesome.
Sounds good.
But
Sounds
like
good. So you
those
said,
guys, I'd say those guys were that they would, especially Stryker. I would get a hold of him, message him. I probably bothered him more times than I know. But he helped me out a lot.
there you go. Definitely. Now, I know what else I was going to say to you as well. What I have noticed recently as well on the Revolver shows, Sami's booking you really well, isn't he?
I mean, yeah, I think everything that Sami does is amazing, and maybe it's because he's my best friend, but like, yeah, I think Sami's genius isn't in the ring. And I know that's saying a lot because Sami's an amazing performer. He's an amazing wrestler, but his genius is booking a wrestling show, is running a territory, is like, think about what Revolver does. It's like 1 month we're in Iowa, the next month we're in Dayton. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him take his, and you actually do see Revolver start to stretch out. I think they're about to go to Texas soon. They just announced, which is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, that
So I
is
mean,
huge.
like, if you think about and that's saying a lot because Sami is an amazing wrestler, but like his talent is running Revolver and booking shows and running what he does. Like what he does is amazing, and nobody can do it like him. And trust me, I went to shows, been all over the world. Like nobody does it like Sami, especially on the independent level. Like look at his production. Look at the time. Like look at what he does. Like I get a hold of him. Like, hey man, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm working on stuff with Revolver. Like the guy is so hands on with Revolver. That's why it's so amazing, and like that's why people want to work there. Like when all the boys and all the wrestlers start hitting you up and like, hey man, I have to work for Sami, I have to work for Revolver, you're doing something right. And that's exactly what he's been doing. And I've been working with Sami since he ran American Lucha Corps in Belle Fountain, Ohio, which was like, I don't know, 15 plus year, 12, 13, 14 years ago. Who knows how long ago that was, like, but it's all this seems like a lifetime ago. Last time I wrestled Moxley, Sami running American Lucha Corps in Belle Fountain. That all seems like a lifetime ago, and I'm just happy that Sami is put Revolver on the map. As if it wasn't for Revolver, if it wasn't for Sami, like who knows, what guys like me would be doing.
That's
You wouldn't
true.
you wouldn't see, like once it was off of TV, it's like, oh, you don't really get to see what those guys do after that. But luckily for Sami, he gives me a platform to be seen, worldwide. So I think Sami and Revolver, and I'll do anything for them.
Yeah, I think what's gone on since they've come back after the pandemic, they seem to have just got such a momentum now.
Like Revolver's just kicked it into another gear that nobody in. Like you said, after the pandemic, they took that time off, and it's just like, all right, now that everything is opened up, we're gonna hit you, pow right in the face, pow right in the kisser.
There you go. Oh, Punk Trace is asking whether a wrestling Revolver will come to the Tampa Bay area. Well, you never know. The way things are going at the moment, I guess you'll never know. You can't rule it out because Sami, like say, he's booking a show. It looks like he's going to go to Texas. So who knows where he could go.
Revolver's legit. We are wrestling for our generation, by our generation. That's why we're taking over everything.
Exactly. Yes, exactly that. And you know what? That's why we need OVE back in Impact. But there you go. That's another story. Now, so it's amazing. I mean, you've got so much stuff going on at the moment. I mean, you're looking in you're in your best shape. Your mindset
I
is
know I
exact.
keep saying that, but it does. It's like every day. It's like, oh, like I'm Sean Bond. Like he's my nutritionist. He's my trainer. Like I help him anytime I get into plateaus, or if I just get in that rhythm of like nothing's happening or I'm staying the same. Like you said, the weightlifting or whatever suffering. I get a hold of him. Like, hey man, what can I do? This is
Yeah,
what I'm doing. What
Yeah.
can I do? And he always hooks it up. And like this nutrition plan that he has me on the last month is just on another level. And I just keep dropping body fat percentage. So it's like last time I looked, I was like 18.5% body fat, which was I've never been under or that low in my life. Like even when I just started wrestling, like I always kind of had a little fat pouch to me. I could always squeeze some love handles, but like now, like I'm starting to disappear. It's like I'm reversed aging over here, and it's all because
yeah,
of my buddy Sean Bond. Thank you, Sean.
yeah. There you go. But you're doing an amazing job. And here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna let everyone know the secret as well. That the first person, because recently last week, I weighed myself and I've finally gone under 20 stone. I've not been under 20 stone now for 20 plus years. Okay, so long time, long time. And the first person I messaged as soon as it came up was Jake, right? And the reason for that is because that when he started on his journey, I remember the first time we spoke. You were on your porch. You were on your porch the first time we did an interview, if you remember. You were on your porch. It was about an hour and a half. I think we did about an hour and a half interview. It was really long. You were on your porch. It was freezing cold in Ohio. You had your coat was up like that. You had woolly hat on. I think it was freezing, and we had a big old long chat, and we were like, getting in the gym, getting ourselves back in shape. And at that time, Jake, you won't know this, but at that time, I was about 25 stone, I reckon. Around about 25 stone at that point. And I had that conversation with you, and you were talking about getting back in the gym and getting, and then you started posting your hashtag motivated mindset and all that kind of stuff. And from that moment, that is when I decided that I needed to change stuff in my life, because you were changing stuff in your life and you were so enthusiastic and you were talking about it and we were, and all the rest of it. And I'm like, right, I'm going to do something about this. Then the pandemic, because the pandemic was on as well at the time. So a lot of it was more kind of food based. I was just watching what I was eating and stuff like that. And then once I got back in the gym and started losing the weight, building on the bulk, right? When we met in Dayton, right? We had a hug, we had a little embrace. Hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah. And you went, man, Bison, you're big, right? And I was like, I didn't know whether. And you went, no, man, you are solid, like because you were you my shoulders and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you went, man, you're solid. And I was like, well, thank you very much, kind of thing. And it actually took me back. But I kind of was like, you know what, like, this is what it's about. I'm 40 odd years old. I'm 50 years old. But you know what? I've got to do something about this, and I've got to push and push and push. And I will say now, you were part of that. Turning that switch on in my head, saying, you've got to do something now. You've got to do something. Now I'm dying to get 18. Sort of 17, 18 stone. If I get down to that, I'll be well chuffed. Like well chuffed. I'll be massive as well, but I'll be well chuffed. But
You are
I
massive.
think it's just I am a big guy. I am a big guy. But I'm getting
you feel
slimmer.
like you're stoned.
You feel
I
like
don't
I'm
know what 20 stone is, but like you feel like you're stoned.
Well, it's like in terms of pounds, I guess I'm 277 pounds though.
Oh wow, okay.
So I was like something like 360 or something like that. So that is a huge drop. And like I said, I I'd like to say thank you to you for that, because you really did help motivate me. And just by having a conversation, or just, we text each other or message each other or whatever, just having that conversation. What you up to? Oh, I'm in the gym. Oh, awesome. What you up, and we sort of kind of like converse about all that kind of stuff. And it really did motivate me. So I want to say, as a personal thank you to you for helping me get to where I am now, giving me that kind of drive and that motivation to now carry on and move beyond that. So you've got a guy that you want to say thank you to, and I've got a guy that I want to say thank you to, and that's you.
I appreciate that, man. That means the world to me. It really does. And that's kind of why I did post those things. Was to spread the motivation. It's like, and like I was saying to you, the last conversation we had, it's all about the motivated mindset. But now it's all about discipline. And that's what motivated mindsets turn into is discipline. Like once you get your routine going, whether it's diet, going to the gym, like whatever it may be, once you get that instilled in your brain and you get that routine going, that's like that's discipline. You know what I mean? So like, I'm very, very happy that I was able to motivate you, man. But you got in there and you did the work yourself, and you could see it. You do look like a completely different person, just like I do. Like when I started my journey, I was around 240 pounds. It was like 238 pounds, and now I'm 159 pounds of pure fucking terror.
Love it. Yeah, that's amazing. And again, that's an amazing job as well, because
Mine was all because I quit drinking alcohol. Was a lot of the big reason why all my all my fat, I was putting so much calories, carbs, and sugar in my body that it was eating away the alcohol before it was eating the actual nutritional food inside your stomach, and that stirs into fat, and that's why you see guys with beer bellies and stuff like that. Like I said, I was like 240 pounds. You look back at some of my impact run, like I was around that weight. I look like a completely different person now. Like I move like a completely different person. I'm doing stuff that I haven't done since the first few years of being into the business. So I'm very, very happy with all my progress and what's going on. I'm just happy that I was able to motivate you. And I mean, look at you now. Look at you now. Unstoppable.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I have to say, guys, I'm going on holiday in 4 weeks' time, and I'm looking forward to walking
Wearing
around
that
the swimming
Speedo.
pool. I am,
You'll be
man.
wearing that Speedo, aren't you?
I don't know about Speedos. I don't know about the Speedo.
You're gonna be
I'll
wearing
stick to
that
swim
Speedo.
shorts.
Yeah, we know you will be.
I want
We
to
know.
see pictures.
Yeah, we all want pictures.
I want to
There'll
see
be some
pictures of a
pictures.
stone cold Speedo.
Stone cold Speedo. Christ. God, no.
Oh,
Kicking
hell
a
yes,
woo.
son.
Take out some Steve Meisters.
Some Steve Weisers.
That'd be
Well,
pretty
hell,
awesome.
son.
Definitely. Right, Jake, I think that's all we've got time for today, bud. Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome having you on. I know that obviously your daughter's probably about to come out, so I don't want to keep you from your beautiful daughter, who is looking forward to Daddy taking her home, as it doesn't happen that often, as you just said. So that's good to know. I really appreciate it, and I know that the TNI Army appreciate it when you come on as well. You are missed. I can assure you of that. You are missed on Impact TV. We all
I miss
Yeah.
we all hope that in the future, at some point, we see you back. I think that the fan base would love to see the new version of Jake Crist.
Oh, look at the reaction they got when
leaner,
he came back against Josh Alexander. The reaction then, that
I
was
would
amazing.
love to show them the new me.
Yeah.
I think there's every opportunity.
Cut up Jake, looking like the Macho Man. Yeah, dig it.
Exactly. That'd be amazing. But anyway, it's been fantastic having you on, buddy. And
Thank you.
I hope that we could get you on again very, very soon. I know that, like I say, I know everyone likes it. But take care. Safe drive home, and good luck this weekend. But do you know what? You don't need no luck. You're gonna smash it. You're gonna smash it against Moxley.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have not, purchased it on Fight TV, you need to. It's Wrestling Revolver Mayhem for All this weekend on live and exclusive on Fight TV pay-per-view. Go and get it. You're not going to regret it. You know what? I can't even remember who else is on the card. Do you know why? Actually, I'll tell you what. This is going to be a good match as well. I believe Sami Callihan is facing Masha Slamovich.
Yes, he is. Yes,
that is going to be a beast.
That's
match
where
as
you're
well.
going to see. I believe that's what a hardcore death match or something like that is billed as. So that's where you're going to see the blood.
Yeah.
That's where
That
you're
is
going to see
gonna
all
be
the violence.
an amazing matchup. Definitely. And so, tune in for that match. Tune in for Jake versus Moxley. It's going to be an amazing event. And if you've not watched Wrestling Revolver before, I'm telling you, you are not going to be disappointed. It's got great production, great booking, fantastic pay-per-view. Like, you'll see some of your top Impact stars. You'll see some AAW stars. You'll see some great independent wrestlers. There's some fantastic guys on display. Don't miss it this weekend. Wrestling Revolver, Mayhem for All. I believe, obviously, it's named after the Impact World Champion currently, Steve Macklin. I guess I'm assuming that's what it is. As I noticed, Sammy's been doing that with a few of the stars recently, naming the shows after them, which I think is really cool. But guys, make sure you tune in. It's going to be an amazing match. Jake and Moxley is going to be an amazing match. It's going to be an amazing show. Go and get it. Fight TV on pay-per-view. You will not regret it. It's going to be fantastic. But guys, that said, this has been Jake Crist, the fire starter Jake Crist, in the best shape of his life, set, ready to take on Moxley this weekend. The legend that is Jake Crist. Take care, buddy.
Take care, Jake.
I appreciate it. I get to take one more stroll around the block with the Death Rider. Looks like I got to escape death just one more time. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, Jake.
Peace.
There you go, guys. We managed to get 45 minutes with Jake, which is absolutely awesome. It was great to have him on the show. It was brilliant. I tapped him up last week. He's like, man, I can't make it this week, but I will definitely 100% be on next week. And there he is, 100%. Absolutely fantastic to have Jake on the show. I think he's going to absolutely smash it this weekend at the Revolve show. But like I said, if you have not watched the Revolver show, then make sure that you book this one, because it's going to be good. Now, guys, make sure if you're new to the channel and you like what you see so far, then consider smashing that subscribe button and giving us a thumbs up. Okay. Now, in fact, get there now. Thumbs it up right now, right? Because this has been a great show so far. Just smash that button now. Thumbs up. Everybody needs to show it. Share us all over the place. And if you would like to show your appreciation with the old super sticker, that would of course be much appreciated, and of course helps provide you guys with as much content as we possibly can every single week. I'm sorry, Courtney.
You literally just missed him. Oh God.
Literally just. He was on for 45 minutes.
Oh no, you've not missed the whole
returned.
show. If that's no, we're still got a bit of the show to go. If that's any consolation, but you missed the main event and the big draw.
Yeah, you did miss the big draw. Once we get to the end, all you got to do is watch it again. He was on from the start pretty much. So
Yeah.
so go and check him out. He's done some good day, and Jake is looking fantastic. So it's good to see him. Guys, let's get into some news and rumors of Impact, because a lot has happened, I believe, in the last
3 days
last
or
week,
so.
shall we say? The
Yeah.
last few days, yeah. Of course, it turns out that Chicago tapage Trinity Fatu makes her debut, and over the weekend, it looks like the crowd and the internet absolutely go crazy for her. It just goes to show that there are draws out there still. And she's definitely one of those. And it was great to see her turn up. The glow has arrived on Impact Wrestling, which is pretty cool. What did you think about all of this, Joe?
I thought it was fantastic news. It's been over a year since the whole thing with WWE, and since she officially walked away from wrestling. And I've watched her interview with on I can't remember what Tommy Dreamer's podcast is now. What one just with Bully Ray, Busted Open, and I watched her post promo interview on Impact Plus, and she said that she's definitely sticking with Impact Wrestling for the short term, because it is the company that defines women's wrestling. And she's had a year off, really wondering what the hell am I going to do with myself? Where is the best place to start again, or should I even try and start again? And Scott D'Amore reached out to her, and Mercedes Moné suggested that if you're going to go somewhere, Impact Wrestling's a good place to start. And know she had Mercedes Moné backing up all the way from Japan and in Chicago. That's incredible.
Interesting. It's interesting you say that, because I was going to mention that she brought some friends with her. Moné was not only backstage, but she actually sat in the audience as well. And of course, CM Punk was also at the tapings backstage as well, which was pretty cool. So playing Uno, I believe. But what were your thoughts on Mercedes Moné and CM Punk being there?
I think I'm a bit open-minded about the CM Punk being there. I think he lives in Chicago, so he's going to be going to wrestling events in Chicago, and he did start his career off in Impact Wrestling outside of Ring of Honor. So it just makes sense to go there and meet some guys like he's worked with in the past. And I know he's good friends with Scott D'Amore as well. So it's just really breaking the ice and just showing a different side to him again, and the fact that he's backstage just talking with everybody on the roster, getting on with everybody, is nice to see. And if this does mean he makes an appearance at Impact Wrestling, a match with him and Macklin would be amazing. But I've got no gripes against it, despite all the criticism I've had for CM Punk in the past. I'm willing to brush that aside and start over. And as for Mercedes Moné, it was great to know she was in the Impact Zone as well. And hopefully this will be the first time, won't be the last time. Hopefully it'll be the first time we see it of many appearances for her, because I'm hoping we still do get this match with Mickie James on Impact Wrestling, because I know both of them were so eager for that to happen until Mickey's injury happened.
I don't know whether we've lost me or whether we've lost Joe, but
and one of the connections now his connection's frozen now. God. God, no, he's signed out. Okay, he'll be back in a second, guys. There's some gremlins in the system this week, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Let's have a quick. Jen, I know you were Jabin was at the Chicago tapings, and ringside Bill also got a hug from Trinity as well. So we're seeing the pictures. That is all good. No, I think it's fantastic news that she's come to Impact Wrestling, and hopefully this is more. Hopefully this will be more than just a 6-month stint. Because I think there's great potential for her to really go through the Knockouts division tag team champion with Tasha Steelz, maybe even go up against Deonna Purrazzo, because I know they've got some history. Even if it was brief, given Deonna's time at the WWE, but still, you know, she was one of these talents that was so misused from day one. You know, she was stuck with Tyrus, and then she was given one of the most unimpressive finishing moves since the brain chop by the Great Khali, and then she got a decent push right up until before I stopped watching WWE, and then after I stopped watching WWE, things go pear-shaped for her, which is just horrible to see. And it's just good to know that now she's finally able to move forward, and hopefully this is the start of a new era that's working in their favor. So
definitely. Definitely. And what's interesting is that, like I say, that you know, this was clearly done on purpose. Like CM Punk turning up in Chicago, you know, he went outside. There was photographs seeing him talking to people in the crowd, you know, before he went backstage. Obviously, Mercedes went out to sit in the audience. You know, these things were done for people to see, right? This is not, you know, that, like, you know, yes, they were possibly there. They were invited by Trinity. That's what was apparently said. You know, they were invited by Trey. She came along. They come along to support her, which is great. But they didn't have to, like, Mercedes did not have to sit in the stand. Punk didn't need to make an appearance out the front. People didn't need to know he was there, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they made it very clear that they were there, and I think that's a really good thing. I do. I think that's a really, really good thing, because, you know, then let the speculation train commence. That's all I've got to say on that one. But also talking about, obviously, bringing Trinity in, which is obviously a big deal. You know, literally the following day we get the ABC interview. We get which is a big was it ABC? I don't know. There was a big interview the following day, which was really, really good. There's been loads of interviews since then, where Trinity has been very positive. We've had CM Punk, Mercedes Moné being very positive about Impact Wrestling and Trinity all over social media. They both got huge followings. If you wanted to get Impact out there, then, well, you know, there you go. You know, basically Mercedes is saying, you know, Impact is a great place to be. Who knows? Could we see Mercedes Moné at Impact sooner than we think? I know that she's recently signed an extension with New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it's only a pay-per appearance deal. It's not like it's, you know, multi-year or anything like that. So she signed an extension. Could we see Mercedes Moné turn up at Impact with Trinity? We know that they've in the past been a tag team. In fact, they were WWE Tag Team Champions together. So there is no reason why these guys couldn't turn up at Impact Wrestling at the same time. And who knows? You know, maybe there are other reasons why CM Punk is there. I don't know. But if you were ever to think to yourself of you know, 2 or 3 wrestlers it could make a big difference to the Impact roster or Impact Wrestling as a whole, well, there's 3 straight away. Trinity's clearly made a massive difference straight away. Mercedes has been promoting it. CM Punk has been promoting it. He's been there, absolutely fantastic. So, you know, at the end of the day, people are starting to believe in Impact Wrestling, and it's about time that people that are sleeping on Impact Wrestling started to believe as well, just like Joe Hendry. But anyway, that's another storyline. But literally the following day, Impact released a brand new Trinity t-shirt, and it's available now on shopimpact.com. So go and get it. Let's all get on the bandwagon. Let's all believe in Trinity. I think it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. Apparently, she had a couple of good matches over the weekend as well. So that's fantastic to see. You know when people are butthurt, when all the WWE fans
some of the comments I've read from it's ridiculous. You know, some of the comments are just pathetic, really, really petty. Even for you know, and then we get the same people complaining that AEW fans are whinging like that. You know, it's just oh god, it's ridiculous. You know, people can't just be happy for someone actually being somewhere and actually and turning their life around after all the shit that they've been through. if anything, if
Exactly.
if the fan base is more like that, it would be a much more happier place to be a wrestling fan.
Yes, yes. I mean, I'm
If that
very,
ma- if
very
that was
excited
put
to
in
watch
any
Impact
correct order.
tomorrow. Yeah, because some of the stuff I've seen, some of the excitement that I've seen, the interaction with the crowd, I think this is going to be a great set of tapings. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of that. We've also then found out today, I believe, or overnight, was that Jennifer Jade Chung, friend of TNI, I might add, TNI UK. We had her first. We had Jade on TNI UK first. She joins the Impact broadcast team, which again. Is absolutely fantastic news. It really, really is. Jade is amazing, and I'm very excited to see what she does. She's made a few comments about she's very excited to interact with the Impact fans. So I'm starting to think that maybe she's going to be involved in talking to fans and at the shows, that type of stuff. And I don't know. The more I see going down at the moment with the Impact knockouts, the fact that recently we've started to see backstage interviewer Gia Miller on the BTI commentary team, the fact that we've got some more people joining females joining a broadcast team. Are they setting something up? Are we going to see finally a knockouts separate show? Do we think we've got a knockout separate show coming? That's why they're really piling in on the knockouts roster at the moment. I mean, you think about the talent that's on that roster right now and how much talent have been added
much
in the
talent
past
on that roster.
in the past few months. Mickey James. I mean, even if Mick James was not on the roster, if she was just behind the scenes, Mickey and Gail Kim is your two kind of like behind the scenes bookers and producers. That would be amazing. Jade's now joined the team. Kaylin King. We've had Jody Threat join as well, haven't we, recently?
Yeah.
So there's been and now Trinity as well. I've got a funny feeling there's possibly something going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of yet. And I really hope it is a knockout standalone once a week show, because I think that would be
if anything, I think
really
Knockdown might be coming back later in the year, or they got that plan to start sometime next year. Another Knockouts Knockdown is definitely in like the idea bubble coming around now, and that would be a great place to really give like Jay Chung as the announcer and everything, because at the moment she'll be the announcer for BTI, and you're doing all the interviews backstage where Gia Miller would be on the weekly tapings but she'll be doing that on the specials. So she's got pretty much a lot of wiggle room still to get her settled in, but I can see her going through this role perfectly. She was so over the moon about it. I was writing up all the draft for everything for this last night when I saw the news just pop up on the website, and it just put a huge smile on my face knowing that she's so passionate about the wrestling in general. She stopped wrestling to raise a family. Then she's with Josh Alexander's now nursing an injury, so his time away from Impact Wrestling is going to be hard for him. But she's going to be they're all touring with Impact Wrestling while he's still injured. He's there backstage ready to give everyone a prep talk and still be the unseen face of the company.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so pleased for Jade. It's absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, and she loves the company as well. She absolutely loves the company.
She is so passionate about the company. It's just such a great thing to see.
I think she's almost part of Scott Demore's family as well, from what I can see. He was at her wedding and everything. So
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff, really cool stuff going on. Nice to see Terrence and Gary, by the way, in the chat. Nice to see you guys, and Bonus. Yeah, look at that, total knockouts. That would be a cool show. Now, Joe Hendry, it's his birthday. Joe Hendry's birthday this year. Say his name and he shall appear.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There you go. So Joe Hendry's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe. Talking about Joe Hendry, he has always also got a brand spanking new show on Impact Plus Ultimate Insiders, where Joe basically sits down to chew the fat over dinner with his wrestling friends or whatever. It's called Food Fight. His first guest is Grado of all people, or Odark of all people. Actually, I watched it just before we come on air earlier, and I have to say it's quite funny. So go and check it out. It's on Ultimate Insiders and Impact Plus if you guys are on there. Apparently, it's a weekly show. It's coming out every week. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that one. And this one was obviously done quite recently as well, because Joe's face, you can see where he broke his nose and is all like, battered and stuff. So he's obviously done that one recently, which is quite good. But yeah, no, it's coming on really good. So again, we're starting to see more things being done now, more content. Content is king, as we all know. More and more content is coming out for guys that sign up to Ultimate Insiders, Impact Plus. It's gonna be good. We've got what is it? Sami Callihan Uncensored as well, which pops on every now and again, which is quite good. And now we've got Joe Hendry's Food Fight, which is looking forward to that one. It's going to be good. So go and check that out. We've had a couple more matches added to the Under Siege card. So we've got Deanna versus Jordan Grace in a title match again. That's interesting because obviously we've only just seen that one.
There's a stipulations to this though, a really big, and it's if Jordan Grace loses this match, then she doesn't get another title shot while Deanna Praza is still champion. So I left the question out there on the description for this. Does that mean that's it for Jordan Grace in terms of getting title matches, or is this the end of her time in Impact Wrestling? That's going to be hanging overhead now, up until Under Siege has got gone. Unless of course some news leaks out beforehand, but it's that is just wow. That's like a huge. That was when I saw that, I thought, my God, this could be it then. Because there's no way Jennifer Russell's going to lose title so soon. But I really do hope that it is just as long as Jennifer's champion, Jordan Grace is still there, because I could still see her going for the X Division title while she's waiting to go back to the Knockout belt. Continue to be that history setter, history maker that she has been.
I've seen an interview with Jordan quite recently, and she was blatantly obvious that one thing that Impact allow her to do is other things outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
So and to be fair, Jordan Grace doesn't have to be the champion to be a draw and to be awesome. She can be having matches, or she can have matches, all day long, as far as I'm concerned, without any titles involved. She's an amazing wrestler, incredible to watch. I mean, her matches with Masha Slamovich, just incredible. So to be fair, whoever she wrestles, she has a great match with. So I don't have an issue with that. But Jordan is not going anywhere. She's just got a few other things lined up over the next few months, which means that they can't have her as champion, because she might not necessarily be able to make all of the tapings, which is why they're just winding her down a little bit. They're just winding it down a little bit. Let someone else take the lead. Let's get other people involved in stuff. And when Jordan comes back, it's going to be amazing again. So, we just have to be a little bit more patient. She's not going anywhere. I'll be very surprised if she did.
I am the f***ing greatest.
Oh, Deanna's amazing. And I think, again, that's why they're putting this stipulation in place. Because, why would you not have Jordan Grace in the title picture?
Yeah, I could see all that too. That's what I can see happening if Jordan Grace is, because I know she's literally took like a year just focusing on Impact Wrestling to build herself up for all the bodybuilding competitions she's looking forward to. So she literally did 2 years away from that to build herself into the shape she is now to do that. So it makes sense, but it still left that question lingering overhead. But I was writing up everything that. Does that mean she's still? Is she going to be re-signed to Impact Wrestling, or is is this it? So I thought I'd leave that in there on the description and see if I can get everyone's feedback from it.
You never know.
Reading the
this
feedback.
Is wrestling.
Everyone's behind Jordan here on the channel, so it's good to see.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm not going to say she's definitely staying. I'm not going to say she's going but I firmly believe that she's got other things going on. And the
Yeah,
great thing about Impact is that they are happy for people to do other things, and they'll support them in these things. And I think that's why Impact are going to be a great company to work for moving forward. Chris Bay's got his musical stuff. They support him in his musical stuff. You know, they promote his musical stuff. That, you know,
yeah,
there's people are doing other things and they are involved in it and they're promoting it, and you know, because if you think about it logically, not only do they get involved in those things, but they also get kind of like almost a bit of self promotion through this as well, because you know, there's talents are going to say, look, you know what I mean, this is awesome. Why would
yeah,
I leave Impact Wrestling when I can do all this other stuff at the same time? If I go to AEW, if I go to WWE, all of that's got to be done. That's got to be closed. Right, I can't do any of that stuff anymore. I can't earn my, you know, £1 million a year off my OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Like you know, or it's just these are the things.
all that red tape is mostly WWE.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if they go to these places, that is the problem. That is what they're gonna, you know, deal with. That's what they've got to deal with.
Yeah,
Of course, we know that Mike Bailey. Just no Scary's mentioned that Mike Bailey's
yeah,
going off to do the Super Junior thing, so that's going to be amazing for that as well. I actually think Mike Bailey could walk away the
yeah.
winner.
I think he's got this. And Ace Austin tweeted about it, and I said to him, I think Mike Bailey's got this. Mike Bailey just gave me a thumbs up straight after he'd seen it. Ace Austin and Chris Beth are going to go back in December and try and get that tag team tournament again, because Ace Austin said that while he was interested in going back for the singles run, he's got Chris Bay by his side. They've got something to prove. Ace Austin's got nothing left to prove on his own.
Yeah,
And if you watched his interview with Sami Callihan on the Callihan Uncensored, he was talking then that right now his focus is on himself and Chris Bay and getting the Bullet Club over. And speaking of the Bullet Club, it is 10 years to the day since the Bullet Club was officially formed, and Blacksmith of Pearl have got an official Bullet Club t-shirt on there too.
So mate, have you seen it? Oh my god, it is so good.
Yeah,
It
I
is
just thought
so
I'd
good.
mention it on behalf of them, not been paid to promote it. I just thought I'd drop that in as
Definitely.
it just came out of the void. So
I
came into
completely
the
forgot about
space.
that. It is such a nice shirt.
It is
Guys,
a great shirt.
if
it
you
is
have
amazing.
not seen the Bullet Club shirt from Blacksmith, right, you know, you need to get over to blacksmith.com, go check it out, because I'm telling you, that's a great shirt. It's available now on pre-order. You know, obviously Blacksmith being a friend of the show, you know, that is well worth going over and checking it out. Now, back to Under Siege. They've also announced that there's going to be an X Division title match between Trey, Miguel, and Chris Sabin. We had a feeling that this was coming. Because of obviously the way that things were panning out with the matches that they'd had previously. I think this is going to be, I don't know, your favorite soundbite needs to come out right now, because I think this is going to be one of those matches.
Which is I've misplaced where the
Oh my god.
The
Yeah.
ultimate
I tell you what-
finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay.
No, it wasn't that one. No, I love this
I beat
match.
Chris Sabin.
It's still not that one.
but I just like to follow up with that one because it's always good to rub it in Chris Sabin's face.
Well, that's true. That's true. But this is Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin X Division title match, and what I'm saying is that this is going to be an amazing match. So we need a I love this match. That's what we need. That's what we need.
There we go.
I love this match.
Yeah, it is going to be.
It's like a frustrating delay every time I tap on the bloody touchpad on the laptop, so it's like 5 seconds or so behind before it gets anywhere, and then I end up really scrolling past everything.
Tell you what. But it is going to be a cracking match. I'm looking forward to that one, and you know, I think that's the first. It's the first one in a little while where it's just a one-on-one, right?
Yeah, it's the first one since Black Taurus took on Trey Miguel, I think, that we've had one-on-one for the X Division title, and it's one of the first time. Yeah, it's the first time in a very long time since Chris Sabin's faced Trey Miguel. I think they've had one match against each other in the past, and so this is going to be really interesting to see. I've been really looking forward to this, and I think I think I called this before it was even announced. When the Chris Bay pinned Trey Miguel in that 6-man tag match. I thought we've got to get this match now. So good job, Scott.
He's obviously been watching the show, Joe. He's taking tips.
Good job, Scott.
That's what
Good job.
So that leads us on nicely to the digital media exclusive match for this week, and that was Jordan Grace versus Jessica Troy. Did you see this one?
This is a good match. It was like literally following on the week after she had won the title from who from I forgot who she faced. They had the digital media exclusive match they had the week before. It's literally following on from that. It's the night after. So this is her first title defense. This was a really, really impressive match, and she was so over with all the fans in Australia, and it was a really, really good match, and the ending was unexpected, really unexpected. And no, that doesn't mean she lost the belt.
No,
it's just,
of course not.
It's just you did not expect the match to end that way, but there's so much, and Steph DeLander got involved, so I think that we could see Steph DeLander coming up from Australia. Well, I'd love to see her and Jordan Grace tag together and go for the Knockouts tag titles. That would be really interesting.
Oh, mate, I'd like to see Steph DeLander join the Coven. I'm sorry, but I think she's perfect for that. She'd be perfect for that. Okay, so we then got the BTI match, which is Laredo Kid versus Jack Price. So it's nice. We got the returning Laredo Kid, who obviously returned at the Rebel Complex, which is great, at the Canadian tapings, which is good. And obviously we're getting him now in the BTI match versus the gut check winner, Jack Price. Again, I'm a bit of a fan of Jack Price. Not going to lie. I think Jack Price
he's
is
brilliant.
pretty damn good. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Of course, that'll be the first match we get to see tomorrow night. We then move into, obviously, Impact Wrestling itself. Now, of course, obviously, the thing that I'm assuming everyone's going to be looking forward to is the Trinity Fatu debut with the live mic. So I'm assuming we're not going to get a match. That'll be next week. So we're looking forward to that. I think that I just can't wait to see the reaction in the crowd. I think it's going to be electric. We've then got Jody Threat versus Alicia. Now, what I'm hoping is, right, and I'm saying this now, I'm hoping that we're going to get the same Alicia Edwards that we got last week or the week before.
Yeah, I do. I hope so. I don't think she's going to be back to Little Miss Nice Guy or Nice Gal or whatever, however is the most appropriate way to put it. No, she's on Eddie's side. She's still pretty pissed that Eddie Edwards was left in the Undead Realm by Scott D'Amore, and doesn't seem to be have any interest about that. So, and she's still a bit pissed that Jody Threat got involved in her business. So, I can't wait to see this because I love Alicia Edwards in this heel role is what she portrays a lot most on the independent scene, and she does it really well. That match she had a couple of weeks ago, we got a small glimpse of just how good she actually is. She is so good, and
I agree. Yeah,
this is going to be a good match with Jody Threat. It's going to be literally the size difference is going to be a huge factor for both of them too. It's like when Taya Valkyrie took on Kira Hogan. It's just.
I don't think is Jody that much bigger. I don't think Jody's that much bigger than Alicia.
She's a lot taller. Yeah, it's like it's also like she's got really long arms as well. So to get your arms around someone small as Alicia Edwards is going to be really, really difficult.
Yeah. Can I just say, Barry, because I'm reading them out in this order, doesn't necessarily mean that that's the order that they're going to appear on the show. These are just, I've just put them together. I don't know the running order. I have no idea. We then get Sami Callihan, who's going to be accepting Dina's challenge to meet him in the ring. That was something that was put out on social media. I don't know if you saw that. So I loved Sammy's response on social media, which was basically laughing at him and saying, "Yeah, sure, I'll see you in the ring." So that was pretty cool. So I look forward to that. We've then got Mike Bailey versus John Gresham 4. we know this is going to be a banger of a match. I'm just not sure why they're continuing with it. It's a bit like when they did like the Eddie Edwards in what's his name?
Bobby Lashley.
No, Mike, Big Mike.
Michael Elgin.
Yes, Michael Elgin. They kept repeating that one for a while because it was really good. They were really
Yeah.
good matches, but you don't want to get bored with it. You know what I mean?
No,
you don't want to get bored with it.
Eddie Edwards and Michael Elgin, they set up a best of 5 between the two of them. So that's why they had those matches. But Mike Bagan and Jonathan Gresham really are the only two guys that are standing out in the X division, apart from Laredo Kid, who's just come back in, and Chris Sabin's got an X division title shot because he's pinned. So it's really just to show that there is still something in the X division while all the other X division guys are busy elsewhere. But it's going to be a banger of a match.
It's probably going to be the opening match of the night, I would imagine.
Yeah,
because it will be an absolute banger of a match. They're going to want to open with a banger. So
I think
we'll have to see.
It might also be the beginning of a maybe seeing Jonathan Gresham getting really cocky as every time more and more cocky as he's facing off against Mike Bailey. So we might be seeing more of a turn from Gresham in this. Might be we've been good guys to each other for so long. Fuck you. What?
I still want to see them tagging, man. I think they'll make an amazing tag team. But
they would be they'd be unstoppable as a team.
I think they'd be amazing. We then got billed Moose and Myers versus Uemura and Gujar. Obviously, this is something coming off the bat of the feud or the
hardcore
with
war.
Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, the hardcore war stuff. So that's obviously coming out of that. So that'd be interesting. And then we've got this one, Bill. Now, this is interesting because, I mean, obviously people that were at the table know who the mystery opponents are. But Macklin, Singh, and which is kind of a weird one. I don't understand but I guess they're trying to get Singh and Shearer over a bit. Versus PCO and two mystery partners. Who do we think that could be? Now, this is what I was saying. This is what for me, it would be amazing if like Vincent and Butch turned up, or Dutch. Is it Dutch or Butch? I can't remember. The Righteous. That would be amazing. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But would be an amazing opportunity.
Oh, baby!
What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to be the mystery opponents?
I think it's going to be Heath and Rhino. Given the matches that we've seen with Heath and Rhino versus Singh and Shearer on BTA for the past couple of weeks, building up into a rivalry then. And I suggest I threw it out then that I think we might be getting a rivalry between those guys. And it would be a good way to give Singh the spotlight a bit more and Shearer because they are... They're so underrated, both of them.
You think? I think they're terrible.
Yeah,
I do. I think they're terrible. Honestly, get them off my TV. I don't want to watch them. Go back to OVW. That's all I got to say for Shearer. Not for me at all. Especially when he owes Odar money. Well, Odar owes him money. That's for sure. So, but who knows? Swinger and CM Punk. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be.
If it was Swinger,
Sticky Rice. Right, Sticky Rice. Sticky Rice and CM Punk. That's the way to go.
Although if it was Johnny Swinger and Johnny Swinger gets the pin in that match, then will that be will that be part of the road for 50? Because when that happens, I called that happening, and it actually did too. So I joked that Ziggy Dad's probably come up with it. When it did, I couldn't stop laughing because I knew exactly what it is. It's like, don't take my advice, Ziggy, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Anyway, I can't think of anybody else other than that. But for me, that would have been a great opportunity to get the Righteous in.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's not going to be. But there you go. But guys, that's just about all we've got time for this week. But don't forget to tune into the TNI Impact review show tomorrow night, which airs directly after Impact on, of course, YouTube, and it's available on Twitch as well. And of course, that airs directly after Impact is aired on Access TV, Fight Network in Canada, Impact Plus, YouTube Insiders, and of course, DAZN. So make sure you tune into that. Please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for extra exclusive content, which you can get when you sign up. And of course, join our Discord where we pretty much talk about everything Impact wrestling related, and of course movies, other sports. There's even a WWE channel on there, so go and check it out, guys. Loads of stuff to talk about. I know that quite a few of you are already in there, but if you're not, well worth checking that out. Also, all TNI shows are available to all you listen on the Go fans via audio on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows. Where can we find you on the socials, my brother?
You can find me on Twitter at JokerEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void, or fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor. Look for hashtag Daily Giggle with approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity. And I believe that's the first one we've got it right for about 2 weeks. So I'm pretty pleased with myself.
Well done, brother. That was really good. And if you're interested in checking out Steve, I know that Steve's not been around for a while, but he is on the mend. So we're hoping that we'll have him back in the next few weeks. So, you know, all the love in the world. Send all your positive vibes over to Steve. So it's at Simply Steve 311.
Yes.
Yes. So 2 weeks in a row, I got that right. You can also find me at Lord Bison 45 on Twitter. If you want to know any more, please follow me. I'm getting very, very close now to my 2,000 follows. So please give us a follow. I really, really appreciate that. And of course, if you've not followed Total Nonstop Impact, you can follow us at We Talk Impact on the Twitter, on Facebook, on Instanet. Basically, wherever you do, wherever you listen to your favorite stuff, we are there. Go and follow us. We appreciate the follow. Like I said, then you ain't going to miss any of the stuff that we got coming out. But guys, listen, please take the time to help us out a little bit as well by moving up the rankings on YouTube, by giving us a thumbs up. And if you use your channel and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, of course, a smash, to never miss any of the great content coming out from TNI UK and the US teams each and every single week. And of course, guys, remember, We Talk Impact. We are the #1 Impact talking channel on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you give us a subscription and a follow. We really, really appreciate it. With all that said, I've been Bison. And of course, he's been the Joker. And this has been episode 131 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
We're Bison! We